Hey guys, and welcome back to Tremor Trails. Hope everybody is doing well. We are out in southern Arizona exploring a bunch of trails and doing some filming, but today is going to be a part 2 to the video that I did about the Dirtbox Overland Canopy truck camper. A lot of you guys were asking, how does the inside fold up? Are there shelves in there where you can stand? Stuff like that. So I'm going to do a quick video today and show you the inside of what the Dirtbox is all about. If you haven't seen the main video that I'm referring to, I'll put it down in the link below and at the end of this video, where we do a full big rundown introduction to the Dirtbox Overland Canopy setup. So far, we've had about 6 nights in this thing, and so far we are honestly loving it. There are very, very few things so far that have bugged me at all. So, you know, with anything in overlanding, there's always going to be some kind of compromise, and I feel like I have barely had to compromise on this setup so far. If you're in the market for a canopy setup, maybe take a look at the Dirtbox. I obviously am a little bit biased now that I've learned how this thing is built and everything about it. I think this is probably, in my humble opinion, one of the best, if not the best setup out there on the market currently for wedge style campers. All right, so let's show you the inside so you can get a better idea and answer some of those questions that you guys had. Okay guys, so one cool thing about the Dirtbox is that you have extruded aluminum all over this. So if you want to come in with another piece of extruded aluminum and you want to build out your own custom kind of cabinet things, you can do that with this setup. I'm still kind of weighing whether I want to do that or not. But in the interim, we did go out and we bought some ARB shelving units that we stacked together. This is the Essential Overland package. This has a slide on it for the refrigerator. And then, of course, you have a small drawer and a big drawer. This setup's working actually pretty well for us, to be honest with you. And I may even go with just another drawer setup. Or, like I said, I may go with the custom setup on the inside. Once again, on the inside, you do have your power over here. You have 3 buttons. The bottom button is going to be your on and off for everything. The middle button is going to be for all of your lighting down here. And then the top button is going to be for your lighting up top. All right, so let's dive into what exactly we're looking at on the inside as far as how the bed's set up and what kind of space you got if you want to hang out inside of the truck bed. As you can see, it's a very, very large space. I cannot touch the top with my hand, no matter what I do, trying to get up to it. Massive windows. And then a lot of you guys were asking about, are there shelves once you move the bed out of the way? And yes, this one right here measures 29 inches deep by 55 or so across. So this is a massive spot where you can throw things up on it if you need to, if you want the bed out of the way, or if you want to work from this spot, you do have that option in case the weather is bad. Now on the other side, facing the rainfly, you have a 16-inch shelf. It's plenty big enough to eat on, to do your laptop if you want to work out in nature. As you can see from the one camera, I got 2 cameras running. It's, you know, almost to my boobies. So it's a good height, and if you want to put a chair in here, if that's something that you want to do, you can do that as well. But you're out of the elements, and even having the rain fly that we have, if it was to be raining, you're not really going to be getting wet at all because of that. You'd have to put up your side windows, of course. But as you can see, massive amounts of light in here. Also, as you see right here, there is L-track that runs on the bottom. And of course, you can mount anything you want. I'm actually thinking of mounting some kind of mesh or something, like a cargo net, where we could throw all of our dirty clothes into this and it would just hang, and then when we get home, we could pull all that stuff out. But the options are limitless. Now, one thing that I already brought up with Jay and Dirtbox over there at the team, one little nuisance that I have is that when you have these windows down, and these massive windows down, they all roll down to the bottom instead of the top because it's so high to get up here that you can't really get up to the top to get them tied in. So that's why they designed them down here at the bottom. The problem, though, as you see, is that this is the actual track that the bed sits on. And because of that, you have to push these out of the way if you want to move up and down on the bed. So kind of annoying. That's really my one gripe that I have with that, is that, you know, you just got to make sure that you're not messing up the canvas when you're pushing up and down the bed. As far as the bed, though, getting it up and down is super, super easy. There is a full pull handle right here that you can use to pull it down, or if you can reach the handle, which I can on my tippy toes, you can pull that straight down and it comes down with it. And this long strap will tuck up under the bedding so it's not in your way when you're trying to load the truck and whatnot. As far as lifting and all that stuff, super simple, super easy. All it is a simple push, and the struts take it right up. Now, one thing also is that with my unit, and you can get it any way you want. You can have a complete back wall here where there's nothing, so you can add more shelving or whatever. I wanted the window option, and that's what I have here. And this is a sliding window that is extremely sealed, great. But the good thing about this is that you can still get behind here and clean it, so you're not stuck with all that road dirt and everything that gets caught in between your main back window and this window. So I appreciate that feature. Many options with your lighting. I do have Molly panels that I have not installed yet. Those Molly panels go on this bracket right here, and then the light comes on the outside of those Molly panels. So there's all kinds of different storage options. So really, however you want to do it is up to you, and that's why I like the Dirtbox so much, is there's so many different options of how to mount things, T-rails, tracks, extruded aluminum, boxes, I mean, whatever you want to do. And it's always going to be expandable, and that's something that's great. And being able to have that expandability and have all those different options is one of the main selling points for why I liked the Dirtbox so much. If you look up here, there are actual vent holes in the tent. And these vent holes are to keep all your condensation down. Okay, so now that we kind of showed you the bottom, here's the top again. And this is ample up here. The actual dimensions of this are 7 feet 11 inches, I believe. I'll have to go back and check. I'll put it on the screen to make sure I'm right. It doesn't quite sleep that big though, because obviously the further you get down towards the wedge, the tighter it gets. But I will say that sleeping in this, I can stretch out completely full. I mean, this is more space than I possibly need. Also, there's another L track right here. This is where we mount our iPad at night so that we can watch some movies. And this is a car interior finish, which I love, as well as you have large pockets down by your feet. Now, one thing to touch on with the roof is that a lot of manufacturers are either doing like a honeycomb, or they're doing just a piece of aluminum with some carpet on it, and there's really no insulation or barrier with that. With the Dirtbox, once again, you have 1-inch aluminum, and then you have a 1-inch polystyrene, which is a nice hard foam that I think rates at 50 PSI. And then on top of that, you have the car liner, which has a little bit more padding in it, but really that's protecting you from the heat on the outside of your roof or the cold at night. We've been in 19 degrees already in this tent, and this trip has been getting pretty cold at night as well, down in the 30s. And I'm telling you, I'm not lying, guys. I mean, even though we are using a diesel heater at times, the first night we didn't use a diesel heater because I didn't think it was going to get as cold as it did. But when we woke up in the morning, it was super, super cold. This canvas and this tent does really, really well insulating you. All right, so as you can see, the camera's not going to do a great job, guys, because it's trying to get as much light as it can onto its lens. So I will say that what you're looking at is actually a little bit brighter than what it is in here. But for the most part, it's a pretty good blackout material. It's not going to be pitch black perfect, but at time of filming this right now, it's 10 a.m. in the morning, and I guarantee that for me, at least personally, this is plenty dark where if I wanted to sleep in, I could easily sleep in. Just remember that's a little bit more exaggerated because the lens is trying to get as much light as it can in here, but for the most part, it's pretty darn dark in here. Now, of course, once again, in here at night, if you want to be able to see, you have a button right here that lights up everything in here, and these are dimmable. You hold them down and they will dim down, dim down, dim down. The way you get in and out of the unit is pretty simple. Like the Alucabs and other ones, you have this 16-inch plate, and this lifts up. And then for us, we just crawl down from the cooler right here onto the step. Now, if you remember from the last video, right here, there is a built-in ladder that you can use that comes down and you just simply walk right down it. But this way is just as easy for us, and so the ladder has been 86'd. And now getting in and out is pretty simple. Now, we've been in some pretty dusty stuff on this trip, and I do have to say that the Dirtbox is doing a pretty good job of keeping the dust contained, but there are a few sections. Right here, you see that obviously in order for the latch to secure to the unit of the back door, obviously that gasket is gone. So we are getting a little bit of dust in there. As you can see, it kind of piling up right there, but it's not over the top. Also, in all fairness, I do have a bunch of holes that I've drilled just from the years of trying different things that need to be plugged. That would help with the dust as well. I am using a rock block set up to keep most of this dust and water subdued. But the Dirtbox on its own is doing great. All these gaskets through here, it is trapping all of this sand and nothing is getting in. I mean, you can see how it's getting all collected up along these gaskets. So that fine stuff is not coming in. I haven't noticed any dirt coming in through these doors. So that's pretty much it. Once again, guys, it really comes down to your imagination with how you want to mount things in here. There's tons of options that they have as well. I'm going to put a big box in here that I can put my propane and put another power or battery supply up here. And of course, with all the extruded pieces, you can just build your own, however you want to do it. That's what's cool about this. As far as a couple of the questions that you guys had about the space inside and the shelves, I hope I was able to show that to you. It's hard to really get in here and film unless you got like a massively wide angled lens. So I did my best. Hope that helps you guys. Really, I think my only complaint so far has just been the windows, because you roll them down, that when you're lifting up and down the bed, you got to push that canvas in and out of the way. I mean, literally, I think that's my only complaint at the moment. Now, if I find some more complaints, I'll definitely let you guys know, because I'm all about being honest on this channel. But so far, we are extremely happy with our purchase. Really, I think, guys, the future of overlanding, at least for full-size trucks, not even full-size trucks, just for trucks in general, is going to be the canopy setup. You're going to find, in my opinion, that rooftop tents, they're always going to be around, but there's going to be less and less, and you're going to continue to see more and more people step up to the canopy, just because there's so many added bonus features. We have been in rain in this thing, we've been in snow in this thing, and of course we've been in a bunch of dirt, and I'm telling you, for the most part, compared to my other setups that I've had, I'm getting less dirt and I'm getting no water in here whatsoever. Now, I do have the rock block on my tailgate. There's a video that I will link to that one too in case you're interested in that. That definitely helps a lot. But as far as coming from the doors, all of the gaskets that they're using, all the insulation that they're using, I couldn't be more happy at the moment. If I find something really negative about this thing though, guys, you know I'm going to let you know, as well as Dirtbox. They really care about their product and their customers, and they just want to make the best thing that's out there. Of course, if it's bad weather, there is ample space in here to sit and eat and be out of the elements. If you're somebody that works from nature, there are places here to put your laptops, hang out inside the canopy, and enjoy your day. Now, obviously, it's not an RV, but this is the closest thing you're going to get to be able to have maximum space and still be able to have the convenience to get out there on some really, really tough trails and not have to worry about this thing falling apart on you. There's just so many things that come with the canopy that you don't think about until you're out here. Getting up and down to go to the bathroom at night, being able to take your clothes off inside your truck and then crawl up into bed, and vice versa. When you wake up in the morning, you don't got to come out here, freeze to death, or be scared that somebody else is going to see you in your tighty-whities. You throw on your clothes and you come out and you're ready to face the day. So if you're one of those people that are starting to seriously take a hard look at canopy campers, don't just take my advice for it. Go out, put your hands on these products. Go see how they're built, how they're put together. Go see Dirtbox, see how they put theirs together, and ultimately you're going to come to a decision what's going to fit you best. All I know is that for me, my experience, I spent almost a year going to expos, talking to people, putting my hands on products, researching, watching YouTube videos, and this is my solution for what I feel is the best setup for my rig. The way that they put these things together, the technology that went into this, and just knowing where other ones are manufactured or how they're built really made that a simple solution for me when it came to buying the Dirtbox. But like I said, do your own research, and I hope you find something out there that's going to fit your needs. If you have any questions or comments, please hit me up down below. If I missed something again, please let me know, and if I have to film it, I will. I think we got everything covered though this time, but if you do have any questions, be more than happy to answer them for you. Other than that, guys, we're about to get up on a trail, get up into the mountains. Cannot wait for it. So until next time, we hope to see you out here on the trails. Bye.